Hi lovelies, welcome back to another video. So today I'm sharing with you guys this neon feather nail art design on some acrylic nails, perfect and ready for summer. But before I jump into the video, let me give a shout out to my notification squad. These are the first 3 people to get in and drop a comment on my last video. And if you're ready and excited for today's video, let's go. Okay guys, so Sarah is back for another nail design and we decided to go with the square tapered look that's floating around Instagram. So I'm going in with the Makartt nail glue and the square nail tips also by Makartt, and I'm going to be applying double tips to this nail. Now I've never done any of these two things. I've never doubled my tips, nor have I done this tapered square look, so wish me luck today. I honestly did not have a clue what I was doing to accomplish this shape. So I'm just going in and applying 2 of the same size tips, and after I do that I'm going to take my tip cutter and I'm just going to cut it down to the length that I want. Now I actually cut it down a little bit longer because when I go into file I will then end up with the perfect length that I'm interested in having overall. Now with my stalk scissors I'm going to go in and trim the excess tip that is hanging off from the extended tip, and with my Makartt 180 grit hand file on the 100 grit side I'm going to start shaping up these nails. Now I did learn something by doubling up my tips. As you guys saw really quickly, it does arch down a little bit, and I'm not a fan of my nails arching. I really like them nice and straight, but we had gotten this far and I'm only showing you guys one nail today, and I already went ahead and shaped up the rest. So with my Makartt sanding band I'm going to go in and blend that tip where it meets the nail bed as well as where the 2 tips meet. This is just to give me a smooth surface for a better acrylic application. So here's what her nails look like now that they are nice and shaped. At this point, if you're doing this on your natural nails, you definitely want to go in and apply your primer and dehydrator or cleanse with alcohol. I just cleanse with my alcohol from my practice hand and then go in with my JC Beauty Concepts acrylic system. I do have a coupon code for JC Beauty Concepts and I would link it in my description box below. I'm also using my Alpha number 12 oval Klinsky brush, which I do have an affiliate link in my description as well. I don't have a coupon code for Alpha anymore. Unfortunately, they don't offer them. Going in with a medium sized bead right where the tip meets the nail bed, and I'm going to start pulling that as far down the extension as possible. After I do that, I'm going in with a small bead at the free edge of the extension. I blended it back into my first bead and then pull the excess off the free edge of the tip and cut it off. Next, I'm going in with that cuticle bead and I'm going to place it a little way from the cuticle area and then use my brush to work it up into that cuticle. This is actually to prevent the cuticle from being flooded with acrylic if you put that acrylic too close, and that is going to result in lifting, and we don't want that. I'm also continuously using the liquid in my brush to smoothen over that acrylic just to make sure everything is nice and flush and nice and smooth so that it limits the amount of filing that I have to do when it's time to finish file. So I'm just going to repeat the same thing to this nail, and before I forget, which I did forget in my intro, I am going to be announcing the winner to the MadamGlam's giveaway at the end of this video. So because I planned this design ahead, I knew that I wanted to do a straight across French at the tip of the extension, but I don't like seeing that nail bed underneath. So I'm going in with Cover Blush by JC Beauty Concepts, and I'm going to fade this from the cuticle area just to halfway up the nail. And after I do that, I'm going to go back in with my clear acrylic powder and encapsulate the tip of the nail. I'm not going to put the clear acrylic all the way up to the cuticle area because that nude is already already there and I don't want that area to be too bulky, I am going to put it right where I want my apex to start because the length of this nail, and then I work it back up towards that nude. So I'm just blending it back into the nude and I'm going to start pulling it down to the free edge of the extension. Because of the original design that I had in mind for this set, I did go in and build up the entire ring finger with the Juicy Beauty Concepts cover blush. However, I did tweak the original design a little bit because I didn't like how it was looking and I really preferred it this way. So it didn't matter what color acrylic I used as the base because I'm going to be putting a dark gel polish on top of it. Now that my acrylic is set, I'm going to go back in with my Makartt 180 grit file on the 100 grit side again, and I'm going to reshape my nails. So because this is my first time doing this shape, I believe that I angled my file the wrong way. So I'm not going to explain to you guys every single thing that I did when it comes to reshaping this nail. So once I perfect this shape, I'm going to come back with a do's and don'ts video. And if you are interested in seeing that video, go ahead and smash that like button down below. So therefore I will try my best to work very hard to achieve the perfect tapered square so that I could share my filing routine with you guys. I'm using my favorite ceramic drill bit when it comes to finish filing, and this is the extra fine drill bit, and you can find it on my Amazon storefront. I use this to go around and seal in my sidewalls and cuticle area, as well as just smoothing out the entire nail. I am not working with my drill bit on a very high speed. I am working with it about 3500 RPMs, and this is because I'm not removing any of the acrylic that I laid down. I'm just using this to finish file the nail. Going in now with this hand file. This is also a 180 grit hand file. This is the Colorful series by Makartt, but I am going in on the 180 grit side, and I'm going to use this to buff that nail. Because I'm going to be applying gel polish, I don't want to go in with a buffer to make that nail too smooth. I do want something for the gel polish to adhere to, and the reason why I'm using this one instead of the other one that I was using previously is because I honestly find the 180 grit side of that file is a little bit more coarse than this one. So now it's time for the exciting part. I'm going to show you guys how I achieve that neon feathered look. So I'm starting off my base color today on all my nails are going to be Perfect Black by MadamGlam, and I'm going to be applying one really nice coat of this black. And if I get any of the black on the skin, I am going to go in with my cleaner brush and some acetone, and I'm going to remove that before curing this nail for a full 60 seconds. So on that French nail, I'm just going to take that black and I'm going to go straight across the free edge of the extension. It does not need to be perfect because this line is going to be covered with crystals. After curing, I'm going in with my MadamGlam's art gel and I'm going to coat over the French part of the nail only, and into that wet gel I'm going in and I'm going to start creating my feather shape. Now, I cannot take full credit for this design. This was actually inspired by Vincent Nails on Instagram. I saw the tutorial on Instagram and fell in love with it, and I also saw Not Polish's YouTube channel did a recreation of it, and I just wanted to incorporate it in a set because it looked so cool. The only difference is I am using pigments instead of acrylic powders or alcohol inks, which is what was used before, but either one can work, and I would link both videos in my description box below so that you guys can check it out and you will have options. So while that blooming gel is still wet, you want to go ahead and start shaping the white into that feather shape. So all I'm doing is continuously pulling that blooming gel to create the strokes in my feather and then running it down the center of the design to create the spine of that feather. After that, and I'm happy with the way that the blooming gel looks, I should have left this one to bloom out a little bit more, but you would see a difference in the second attempt on the other nail after this one. So I did go ahead and cure the bloom effect, and now with the white gel paint I'm going in and I'm going to be outlining some of the details in the blooming feather underneath. This is just to enhance that feather and give it a pop, and I am trying my hardest best to explain this as best as I can, but all I'm doing is picturing a feather in my mind and what it looks like. The strokes are not perfect, so I'm just going in and I'm creating strokes so that this resembles a feather as much as possible. When I am happy with the way that it looks, I do go ahead and flash cure it for only 15 seconds, and now I'm starting to press my pigments into that wet tacky white. Now, you don't want to cure it all the way through. Even though MadamGlam gel polishes do cure with a slight tackiness, it does not mean that the pigment is going to stick to it because it's not as tacky as you would want it to be. That is why I flash cured it. So when I lay my pigments where I'm happy with the way that it looks, I'm just randomly placing these pigments. I'm going to remove the excess and I'm going to coat this nail once again with my MadamGlam's No Wipe Gel Top Coat. So after coating it, I did remember that that black was tacky underneath, so some of the black started to look pink and I didn't want that, so I just went ahead and removed it and went back over the nail again with my No Wipe Gel Top Coat. Final step of this design is to go in and create the final white detailing of the feather. The trick about doing this step is to make sure that you have very fine lines. Now, the other two examples that I would link in my description box below didn't have much of this white detailing on top. For me, I preferred a little bit more lines to create that more feathered look, but I guess it's all about personal preference. You can tweak this design to suit you. Honestly speaking, at first I was not happy with it and I told my husband I didn't like how it was looking because I tend to critique my work so hard and I always criticize myself. I'm my biggest critic. So with him being that voice of reason in my head, he will tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong, if it doesn't look good or if it does, and I love his honesty for that. And he always brings me back to reality when I start criticizing myself and ensures me of how good or how bad that it really looks. And in this case, he was in love with this design. And I ended up really loving it after I watched back this video and I looked at the entire set and how it came together. Like, I fell in love with it. I did go ahead and cure that white, and now I'm going in with my Madam Glam's base gel, and into that wet base gel I'm going to be placing some of these chrome flakes. Now these chrome flakes are by Bird. I can't remember, I think I bought them locally, I didn't order them in, but if I can find a link for it I would link it in my description box. And I'm just placing it right to the corner of those feathers to give this nail a little more pizzazz, and then I'm going to go ahead and cure it and repeat the exact same thing to this nail, starting with that art gel, and into that wet art gel I'm going to start drawing out the shape of my feather. With my second attempt, I went in and I mixed the drawing gel with the Madam Glam's art gel so that it spreads better. And as that gel is still wet, I go in with my brush and I start fanning it out, and then I went ahead and cure that. So here I am just outlining the lines that I created before underneath, and then I'm going to go ahead and flash cure this for 15 seconds. So I know while I was doing my neon feather, you guys peeped that black pinky nail. I did go in and remove it, and I'm going to go over that nail again with one coat of my Madam Glam's Perfect Black, and I did that over the entire pinky nail and ring finger as well, and then I cure that for a full 60 seconds. After doing that, I am going in with my Makartt gem gel, and I'm going to start laying down my crystals. So I'm starting off straight across that fringe, and immediately on top of that wet gel, I'm going to coat that nail with my Madam Glam's No Wipe Gel Top Coat, and I'm going to start pressing the gems into the wet gels before curing. Now I do use my finger to remove any excess gel to help me to keep the shape of this nail as much as possible. And at the tip of the pinky nail and the ring finger, I just went in with 3 crystals. I did the same thing. That is it for this set. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you stuck with me to this point, go ahead and leave me this emoji with your comments in the comment section below. If you are new and not yet subscribed, please click on that subscribe button as well, and make sure that your post notifications are turned on so you don't miss out whenever I post a new video. And it is finally time. Dun 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 dun. Good luck to everyone who entered. Congratulations to Crafty Christy. You are the winner of the Madam Glam's giveaway. Go ahead and DM me or email me your shipping information. So that is it for me. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I would love for you guys to stay glamorous, be safe, and I'll see you soon.